Dope. Cool. Well, I mean, fucking hey, congratulations, dude. So already like, thanks for hopping on to clear things up because I was like kind of curious about this, and I don't know if you've talked about it publicly or not, and it's all speculation as to like why you had that period out in the boonies, I guess, of tier 2 and 3. Because now you're just slaying it on Fnatic. You look fantastic. You haven't dipped in form at all. You're just smashing everything. So like, do you want to clear that
Well,
up
it's
for us a
slowly
little
but
bit? Give us some
surely.
insight.
I mean, there's like many parts to it, right? Like, uh, let me pull up my Wikipedia because there's like so many teams. It's insane.
Exactly, dude. Hold on.
I've been
We're gonna
around the
do the
block.
same thing here. We'll follow along.
Well, I think I've been in the most rosters out of any player for sure. I've also, until recently, spent more time in active or on the bench than in actual rosters.
Uh
It's
huh.
crazy, right?
My
Like,
dream
and
is to move back to the U.S. 2020. Like, so that's the thing because you were so we. What was it? We got to see you with Chaos, and that
yeah,
was in
man, that was
Flashpoint,
fun.
and that was really
That
fun.
was,
It looked like you were having a ball on that team.
oh man, that team was like. That team was like what I have now. Like people just do everything for me. But it was also like a case where I didn't really like it because I am a big believer in like each person having the same amount of weight in a team. Like you should be 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, you know, like percent, like on opinions, on everything to do with the team. But like in that team, like Cam and Ben just like bent over backwards and just gave me everything I wanted and like would never challenge me or anything because they saw how much success I had before them and just assumed that I was much better than them. So like it wasn't really a team. It was like just me and Steel telling everyone to do, which is like probably why we played so well. But like if it was up to me, I wouldn't have had it like that. Like I wanted them to learn themselves, you know, not like just get told what to do, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were like good players, but like if you just expect to be told what to do always and you're too lazy to think for yourself, not lazy, but like you don't know how to because you've never done it. It's like the team can't it you like plateau, you know, like you can't there's a certain point when you can't get better than like whatever you want to call it. Like you
Yeah,
can't
there's
improve
a plateau.
anymore.
You won't be able to make it past a certain point.
Yeah, because it's like not each player is improving in their own role. It's like I'm not a fucking I don't know how to rifle Biap's a Mirage, so I should not be telling you how to rifle Biap's a Mirage. Like, because it got to a point where I was watching demos on riflers around me, how to control them,
Mm-hmm.
like because he didn't know how to react himself, which is just like mental. Like I shouldn't be doing that, but
Okay.
yeah,
And
it's
so do you feel like so that's where that was in Chaos?
yeah, but like it's also because I they were like rookies, you know, like yeah, it was interesting. Waits me always tells me how to play
Mezzi's saying
Bips
that
and
you always
Mirage.
tell him how to play Baps and Mirage. So
I've
I
not
don't.
once, bro. I've never told Will how to do anything. That guy is a monster, man. He does his own shit.
What?
He's a
I,
funny guy, man.
now we're just gonna get you both onto the channel now and just have a bit of a live debate, like just have it out with each other. You're always
Dude,
telling
Will
me this.
can't say shit to me. I've never told that. I mean, maybe in a pistol round I said he had shit aim, but I've never once said to him how to play a position.
Do you feel like
But yeah, that beats me.
this was one thing that I was wondering. We can come back to the rosters in a second, but real quick, how has it been playing with the Swedes? Because how do the Swedes handle the banter? Do you get to banter with them much, or do you kind of have to pull the punches a little bit?
Like, to be honest, I, it's a bit weird because it's like with the Swedish boys, it's like how do you describe it? They're super super like to themselves, you know, like reserved.
Yeah, yeah,
But like once you get to know them and they open up a bit, then they're like Crims is full crazy. Like he has a super funny sense of humor, like but you'll never really see it until you're like his good friend, you know? So like I haven't seen it properly yet, but I see glimpses of it.
got
Um
it. Yeah, that sounds very
but in
Swedish. Yeah,
but in terms of like my banter and stuff, like I just normally give it towards Alex and Mezzi the most, like because they for example if I call Freddy a bald idiot, like Freddy's Crims, like I don't know how he's gonna take it because I don't know him, you know. So I don't want to call him a bald idiot and him just get pilled. So normally I just blame Alex and Mezzi and
dude,
keep it like that.
this is the thing where I think like I think you've got some wisdom here. You know, you're taking your time with it. This is good. You know, you're feeling
Yeah,
it
I'm like
out.
buttering him up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, there
Seeing
you
what I
go.
can and can't say, and like when he makes jokes and he says something that like he finds funny, I note it down. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to say that in a week so he can see like, ah, he's not stupid and he maybe has a similar sense of humor and he might open up, you know? So it's like I'm playing the long run.
Dude, I love this.
Play-
So you're actually you figured out. So CS is good. You've got a game plan there. Now what you're doing is you're learning how to get the team dynamics working. So
It's 5D chess. It's 5D chess.
it's all about how to get the team integration going.
Yeah, right now I've got 4 different personalities depending on who I'm talking to in the team. So
Of course, I just hope that you're gonna be able to keep track of them all, man. That's rough.
I've already forgot one of them, but right now I've got a solid three people. But yeah, it's like they're like they're also super good people, so it's like it's not that hard to like get along with them, you know.
Hmm.
Like Brolan's also just a super funny kid, like always just saying stupid shit and just being funny. So
Yeah, he is good
it's
people.
my style. And then you have like Messi that has like no opinion, and if you say to him anything in the world, he'll just laugh. So he's like the easiest guy to get along with. Like you could just ask him how he's doing, and he'll just start laughing. It's like okay, it's a bit weird, but it's fine. It's just like
Can
the
Mezzi confirm in the
nicest.
chat right now?
Bro, I've said some stuff to Messi that's just not funny, but he's laughed anyway. Yeah, look, this is true. Like he'll just laugh anyway just to be a good teammate.
Oh, but dude,
Like
okay, I love it, man. You just nailed like one of the team dynamics of like a commentary duo in our sense, right? Where it's just like you're a
yeah.
team. So when it's the show and your co-commentator says a joke, you don't just let it die there if it's not funny.
Oh yeah, you
You
gotta chuckle a
laugh,
little bit.
you
Yeah.
laugh and you go with it because like hey, it's a part of the, like you guys are about you're about having fun. It's kind of what you're supposed to be doing on the stream is having fun, having a good time. So you don't let your co-commentator just hang out to dry. You hook a brother
No,
up.
100%. Difference is Messi just takes fucking Deagle and one deeks 5 people while laughing at the same time. So
This is true.
he's fucking nuts, man. But like every team needs someone like Messi, like a guy that will just take all the bitch rolls. Never, I haven't heard him complain one time. Maybe one time he missed a smoke on a strat that wasn't his,
Okay.
and then the coach said it was his strat as a joke, and he kind of got like 10% tilt, and it's the only time I've seen him 10% tilt, and he said, "It's not my fucking strat." But then like that's like the only time I've ever seen him frustrated. If not, he's always just full chill, like always just laughing and joking, like always just headshotting. So
I freaking
yeah,
love it.
he's OP, man. I like him a
And
lot.
okay, so we're gonna keep going with Fnatic, but I really wanted to touch real quick on Movie Star Riders, like that period in Movie Star
Yeah, man.
Riders. What was going through your mind there?
At first, like when I first joined, I thought, "Fuck, here we go again." Like I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to play with a bunch of like people that I shouldn't have to play with. Like, but it's my goal. I'm gonna have to do it. And like very quickly, I realized like the the like the humans that they are like like what they taught me about life and how to be a normal person and stuff like that. Like it's worth it. There's no price on it, you know. Like I would not trade my time in movie star writers for any team. If you offer me right now hey, we'll give you 25K a month, but you have to go play on G2, or you can take the lessons and the experience you took on Movistar Redis. I would take it every time, what I learned on Movistar. Because if not, I would just get kicked from my next team anyway. Like, the stuff that they let me get away with and how they explain it to me that it's not good and you have to change and stuff like that, it's like, it's honestly, it's like, they should have kicked me the first week into the team when I started, like, turning up late to prac and
Uh huh.
just, like, stupid shit, you know? But then, like, that coach called Galda, worked a lot with me and like we had a very good relationship. So like when he would say something to me, I would listen, you know? And yeah, like Mopos, Alex, like Steele, they were just the nicest fucking people ever, man, I swear. Rachel as well, the manager,
Mm-hmm.
Fernando, the owner, like they're all just honestly, I can't say it enough, like the most amazing fucking people ever. Like it's
This is
really
kind of
crazy.
like confirming my theory, right? Because I so my theory was that yeah, you needed to have a period of time where you were going to be in the sticks and the boonies so that you could kind of let's say gain some wisdom in a sense, right? Because we usually see that from
Just grow up, bro.
if
That's
you're
all
out
it
in the
is.
desert, right? That's the reason why you go out into the desert is to figure out what the hell is going on in your head and to learn some lessons, right? And here you are where you were out there learning some lessons and that allows you to become the better player that then can actually fit into a tier 1 system.
Yeah. Hey, bro, you just missed it 1 minute ago. Monasid to G2 deal finalized.
Get out of here.
One minute ago.
Who's he replacing?
That's a good question.
Is it Jax or Aminex?
Lol, they have 5 players right now. I didn't even think about that.
Da, 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 da.
From what I've heard,
Finalized.
actually, it doesn't matter what I've heard.
It doesn't matter what you've heard.
Especially on
Rumor
the
mill.
Switch game.
You
It
could just say
definitely does not matter.
hypothetically. Allegedly.
Boah. People are saying 600K it cost. Holy fuck.
Okay, hold on. So, in the final paragraph, in the case of new signings coming to fruition, it is expected the French duo of Amanek and Jax to be the first out the door, according to a report by French outlet. So the thing is, what we were talking about, but literally before you joined, was unfortunately I think it's Jax, right? Because I feel like Amanek can do Jax's roles, and
Yeah, a little bit better.
he can bring everything to the table that Jax brings to the table. But the painful thing is that Jax is just such a freaking awesome, nice human being
Human. Yeah.
that you just don't want to see him go. But I feel like that's going to be the call, is that they're going to keep Amanek because he can entry, secondary op, do all these sorts of things, create space, all this. And Jax is just their entry man
I
in a
think it's
sense.
just more consistent as well. Like Jax is like either 1.1 or he's 0.8 because that's just his role. Like when you run in first and you've got to like entry frag against fucking Simple and Zywoo just open you, like
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing you can do. But I think Amanek's like a way more all-round player for sure. Like,
Yeah, so this is okay.
yeah.
So opinion, real quick. Like, what do you think of this Monzi hype? Do you think he's going to be able to play in tier one?
Like, first of all, we need to get some respect. His name's Ilya. Okay? He's a
Okay.
very good friend of mine.
Okay.
Ilya, my little Ruski Peraza. Um, but like I've spoken a lot with him like one on one and showed him some stuff and like whenever he has questions he always comes to me, hey bro, I'm gonna play nuke today. Do you know this rotation, this smoke, this? Like he's the most curious fucking kid you'll ever meet. And the fact he's 16 and he's this good is like it's criminal. Like I think he's gonna be one of the richest esports players ever to live. Like
That's the thing. All right. So my
and I
theory
also think he's
is.
going to
All
be
right. Go ahead.
insane
Sorry.
too when he plays. Yeah, I think to answer your question, I think he's going to be. Maybe he plays like the first couple of months he's like 1.15 instead of 1.10, 1.9,
Sure.
like on past few months. But I think after 1 year, honestly, he might get top 20 next year. Honestly, depending on how good GT do, because they're always at the big events. Even if he doesn't play amazing, he's probably going to get um like good placings.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's all you need to get top 20. So. Yeah, and he's also just super smart, man. It's weird as fuck.
Well, okay, so here's my theory, right? I don't think that this is what we've been kind of playing around with. I think Monacy is going to be the future in the sense that because he can, like, clearly communicate in English already, and he's probably come up learning how to play the freaking game in English, essentially, when in the pugs, apart from when he's queuing with Russians and Ukrainians, but like his control of English, I think, is going to allow him to be really accelerate in a way that other players just haven't been able to do of this generation, like the older generation. I think they were too focused on communicating in French or Swedish or their mother tongue rather than communicating in English, and so that's why we haven't seen that huge success for international rosters just yet. But like Monacy is going to be that generation where he's 16 years old, he's going to pick up English really early, he's going to be formed in that, and he's going to have the
Yeah.
skill. So with him, like I could see an international roster winning. I could see it because I don't think the language barrier will be that big of an issue with him.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like, I've spoke to him a lot. Like, his problem right now is his performance will take a hit for sure because he understands English very well, but he can't communicate what he needs to very fast. Like, it's a
okay,
bit like Brolan, but in Ilya's case, his English is much worse than Brolan's. Like, you can see with Brolan when he's like in Swedish, he can think like a million miles an hour.
sure,
And he can because he's thinking in Swedish, but he can't speak English that fast, and it will be the same with Monacy in the sense where imagine there's 5 seconds left, and he says, I want to go for this peak. Can you go here and hold this, and you do this and hold this? He will not be able to say that how he can in Russian.
exactly right.
So like that's where he's gonna struggle. So maybe he has to have like a bunch of set protocols at the start until he's like more fluent. But that's the only thing that's gonna hold him back. Like honestly, if he just switches his PC to English, only watches English shows, switches his phone to English, he'll learn English in like 6 months, like to the point where he needs to.
He's
So,
so young. That's the thing, dude. That's where it's
oh,
just like
he's
he's
not
not
even 17,
26.
man.
He's 16 or
Yeah,
17. Like at that point, your brain is still just a sponge. You
yeah.
haven't.
He
It
just turned
hasn't.
16 as well. Like he's a young 16. It's not an old 16. Like
It's
there's
so
like
nuts.
9 months until he's 17. Bro, it's mind blowing. It's so crazy, man. I swear. He's so famous as well. He has like 100K on Instagram, 400K on Twitch. Like
That's wild.
he's it's 16, bro. Like, do you know what? Like people don't understand. Like, you have to think what you was actually doing at 16 years old. Like, bro, I just finished school. Like, I was playing World of Warcraft every day. I hadn't even touched CS yet. Like, I was nobody in life, an absolute nobody, and I'm still a nobody in terms of like everything. But in my bubble, like, I'm a somebody, you know.
Sure.
Like, he's like an everything in his bubble, and he's 16, and he's the most humble, nice kid you will ever meet, bro. It is fucking mind blowing. Like, the first time I spoke to him, he's like, yeah, bro, I got these skins. Like, if you ever want to use any, just write me and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, like that's anyone could do that, you know. It doesn't
Uh
just
huh.
make you a nice kid, you know. He's like, yeah, bro, I know this guy. If you ever need any help, just write me. And I'm like, he's speaking like he's an old ass man,
I
and
was
he's
about
like
to say,
16, you
do
know.
you need a problem taken care of? Has that guy been
Yeah,
bothering you for money? Don't worry, just reach out. Just
it's
I know
fucked.
this guy. He's a fixer.
Yeah, he has many fixes, but yeah, he's a beast, man. He's
Russian
also
after all.
just the nicest kid.
But that's that. I mean, that bodes well. I just hope he has like a little bit of insulation at least. You know, like somebody helping him with social media to keep him kind of insulated a little bit at least from all of that. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I also hope like it's not like a pressure thing, you know, like they're taking him for the future, not like we're taking you now and we demand results because like maybe he might fold, you know,
sure.
like under the pressure. Like I hope it's like
But who do they
like
have
he's
to
there
form
for the
him up
future,
though?
you know.
They just got rid of Malik. Malik built that team, so it's like, well, Malik built that team. I mean, Malik is responsible for the system that team has been functioning in. So who do you have that's going to be experienced enough as a coach and have a vision that can push this player and form this player for the future? Who do you have that's going to be behind this team? Because I don't see Nico doing that.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little bit funky, right?
Right?
Maybe like wait, they have Nexer on the bench. That's who's on the bench.
Who's on the bench?
Nexer
He's
is
not benched though. No, he just had a visa issue getting into Sweden, but like he'll be at
yeah,
the
but
he'll be at the Blast World Finals.
are you sure about that?
Oh my!
I'm
It,
not sure.
I
I
heard
haven't.
I heard that he is fine, but that's interesting.
Okay, let's just maybe it's that, maybe it's not that. So, I don't know.
You need to backtrack real quick. Just be like, he's just gonna be fine.
I've actually seen him on the flight. He's going there now, actually.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I thought he was like benched indefinitely until he got his visa.
I thought that I think it's a
Hey, look,
Swedish issue.
it says in the report that he doesn't have visa yet.
Yeah, so does he? He's not gonna be able to get into Denmark then?
Like,
Ooh,
for example, I could just absolutely fucking let the cat out of the bag, but I'm not the Rat King anymore, so I definitely won't. But I can tell you, like,
you're the Rat Prince.
but can I write you on Twitter maybe? Can you hide that from your stream?
Yeah, but then I'm gonna know, and I'm gonna have to play this game of like, well, guys,
Yeah, but then it's
gee.
fair, because then I don't feel like I'm letting people down by myself.
Okay, here, Rat King, do your thing.
Uh,
I love it, dude. Yeah, but the thing is that the thing is that you're no longer the king. But you've stepped up. You're so wise now. Clearly, you've had some lessons. You know, you've really
yeah, but
accrued
check
some
Twitter, man.
wisdom. So you're not the king anymore. You got
I'll be the prince. It's no problem.
yeah. No, no, no. You're not the prince. You're the emperor. That's the thing. You've stepped up.
Okay,
You
okay.
know,
Yeah, now you're
there
the
can
Rat
be
King.
kings
Yeah,
beneath you.
yeah,
You're not
exactly,
concerned
exactly.
with that trifling shit anymore. You're an emperor now. That's the thing. I got you. Okay. Oh wow. Interesting. It's
So,
uh
like
it's
that
it's the
that's what
classic
I've heard.
WWW, the three W's, boys.
Like
Okay.
that's what I've heard. So it's like I don't think he's there, but maybe something happens and he ends up in Denmark, but I'm not sure.
The listen, the baits. You guys, oh, well, we like the only hint I'll say,
So don't say anything.
no, no, no. We have no, we hmm. Yeah,
Let's
no,
just say
can't really
he's
say
gonna be there.
anything.
Let's just
Can
say
we?
he's gonna be there. He's gonna be there in Denmark, in the flesh, 100%.
I certainly hope
Yeah.
so.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean,
It is
maybe
it
maybe
is
maybe it could be
we should do
next.
this more often. This is such a
Uh,
joke. This is top ants already. All right. Well, because
uh,
the chat is just getting bantered to death now. Good work, fellas.
Honestly, guys, if I was 18 and I had no contract obligations and I didn't really and I didn't care about anything, I didn't have a family to go after, so I didn't need my salary, I would leak it. I would leak everything that I know. I would go on stream right now and leak everything for
Listen,
10 subs,
you just write a
but I
book.
can't.
That's the thing. You
Bro,
just
I'm
write
writing a
you,
book
you
after
just write a
esports
book.
for sure.
Yep. And then it's just like how I
All the
wouldn't have been the
shady
Rat King.
mishaps. No,
If I
not even
was the
that.
king, this is how I would have done it.
Just all the shady shit that's happened. Like, there's so much stuff. Like, bro, you know it too, man. You know more than me. Like, the amount of crazy shit that happens in esports that no one ever knows about is just fucking mental.
I don't know any. I don't. What are you talking about?
You were
Huh?
involved in half of it. That's why you dipped.
Had to let the heat die down for a minute. Take a little break real quick.
Hop back like nothing happened. Go get a quick bag and just come back.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
that's how you run, mate.
Just wait for everybody to calm down. And you know what? I
Literally.
came back and Reddit loved me again. So you're onto something there, bud. You're onto something. You're not
Yeah.
lying.
But
Now
yeah,
they
I
hate
mean,
me again. So
esports
I
has
don't know. It's
been.
all over the place.
No, no
That's
one hates you.
I just wake up in the morning and I just wonder. It really has a heavy impact on my life. You know, what does Reddit think of me today?
Bro, I
And
actually used to care, back in the day.
yeah, you learn that's a part of the wisdom, isn't it? You know, you learn to kind of move on as well, real quick.
I mean, I care like maybe like 5% now because I like seeing that people realize that I'm not absolutely full brain dead. Like when I see some
Yeah,
nice comments, I'm like, you know.
sure.
But back in the day, it was very lopsided on the bad side.
That's the thing, and it just saps your soul.
Yeah,
Like
man, it was brutal back in the day. Like when you actually give it all your attention, it's fucking brutal, man. Holy fuck.
exactly. So, okay, let's talk a little bit again about Fnatic. Just, I mean, well,
Mm.
I don't want to take up all your time. You've already been really generous, dude. But like, how are you feeling on the roster right now? Because I mean, like I said, at the beginning of this interview, it's like you're crushing it right now. The team looks terrific. It looks fantastic. So like,
I mean, we've lost two series against the same team that are number three in the world. Like, we lost one best of one to Gambit and then a best of three to Gambit, and we should have beat them 2-0. Like,
yeah, that was
we lost
close.
three match points on Vertigo, like a 1v4, 1v3. Like, it's impossible. Of course, we also won many impossible rounds, so it's unfair for me to say we should have won 2-0 because they also could have won 2-0. But it's like, yeah, it would have been a big statement victory if we won that and made like playoffs. Like it would have been really big for us. But
Hmm.
apart from that, like with me on the roster, we hadn't lost a single series in 2.5 months or so.
We're looking at it
Um,
now. It's really impressive. Like it's just a wall of green on HLTV. It's amazing.
yeah, man. And even the games we lost were like all 16-14s and shit. Like, but it's like we've also been winning so many fucking close maps. Like, we could be 50% win ratio right now, but we just wanted it a bit more than the other teams, I think. So. That's why we were always closing the close games, which is like
Well,
normally pretty hard.
what's the mood on the team then right now? Because it feels like I mean, there's going to be a little bit of tension for Alex as well. I always think of him, like Mezzi is just a diamond in the rough. You're just coming into your own. But Alex, he took a lot of heat because obviously, it's like, oh, he only got so far because of Zywoo, and then Cloud9 fell apart. Oh, that was
Yeah,
Alex,
bro, I felt
right?
that
Like,
too, man.
what's going on in his mind right now as an IGL? Do you feel like he's killing it?
Like, oh, it's an IGL for sure. Like, when I first joined, I was this guy's a fucking fraud. Like fucking Zayu taught him everything. Like, this guy didn't do shit. Like, that's really what I thought. But like, I'm not just saying because he's my teammate or like that I'm friends with him or something like that. But like, the guy is a fucking genius. Like, the shit he does for me. Like, for example. Let's say we're like 5 rounds in, yeah, it's second buy round and I'm like 1-3.
Okay.
He'll insta drop me AWP without question. If we win that round, he'll take my AWP and give me a Mac 10 and tell me go get confident, just go get ecos, and he'll come flashing me like he'll do everything in his power to get me comfortable in the game. And it's like at the beginning of the team, like we lost like one map and I was like, yeah, fuck this team, like fuck this, like I was just overreacting, being a little bitch.
Uh huh.
And like I sat there and I was like, wait, I need to understand what I have in this team. Like, bro, I get everything I want in this team. If I want to go for a pick on T side, I can do it. If I want to go for a pick on CT, I can do it. I want ecos, I can get them. I want PT50 on pistol, I get it. Like, and I just had to sit there and I was like, fuck, man, I'm actually so grateful for like these fucking motherfuckers around me that like it's insane, man. And it's all Alex is doing because he knows that I play my best when I'm confident. So like he goes out of his way to make sure I'm confident and Like I can't love him enough for that, you know? And it's what he did with Zaiwu too. No, I'm not saying I'm Zaiwu before anyone says that. Like I'm nowhere near Zaiwu, even on his worst days. But it's like he knows how to get the best out of players and his star players. You know, every team he's played in, his star players always like been insane. Um, so yeah, it's it's nice, man. It's very nice. Like he knows what he's doing. He's very good at improving a team. Like if people listen to him, he can take like a shit team and make them a good team in like a couple of weeks. So yeah,
Dude, that
for
is
me, it's
so
it.
baller. That's awesome. This really
Yeah,
sounds just like
I
a
love him a lot too,
wonderful
man.
environment for you right now, where you can really excel.
Yeah, it's honestly like everyone's pretty like everyone has enough space. It's weird. Like at the start of a round, we'll all give 6 ideas. Alex will put it into like a fucking word scrambler and just randomly get a fucking call out of everything we just said, like within half a second. Like it's mental. Boom, we have a call. Me, Brolan have space to like, because me and Brolan are like the people that need the space, you know? Like
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
both like to be a little bit aggressive, a little bit crazy sometimes. Um, and then Crims is just fucking eating his snooze AFK at the back, just clutching, and then Mez is just running in like a crazy guy, headshotting people.
Just being a
So
Swede.
yeah, literally.
I love it. Well, dude, I mean, already, congratulations. I'm just really excited. I am really excited,
Thank you,
and
man.
thank you very much for taking the time to clear some of it up. It really does sound like you had your period in the desert, and you got some wisdom out of it, and now you're really setting yourself up for success here with this roster.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing. Like when you're like 18, 19, like, and your mum's doing your washing for you, and your mum's bringing you food, and like you've had like no real girlfriends or anything like that, like you're just gonna life experience, you know what I mean? And it's not a case where I say I was a retard because I was a V word or anything like that.
Sure.
But it really is a case where like I was 18, 19, but I was a young 18, 19. I hadn't drank yet. I hadn't had sex. Like I hadn't paid tax. Like any of the shit that just ages you 5 years when you do it, you know? Like like now that I've paid so much in tax, like I instantly just feel old, you know?
That was,
Um,
yeah, taxes will do that to you.
yeah, it's insane. So it's like honestly, and like having to the difference is now like I look after my mum instead of her looking after me. So it's like she sometimes she brings me my food, but she can't do it all the time, you know. So it's like you grow up really fast realizing, um, like shit, like my mum can't do certain things around the house anymore. So like I have to do that shit. And on top of that, I had sex finally multiple fucking times because I'm a Chad. Uh, paid multiple fucking tax bills, not because I'm a Chad. Now I'm broke now, but
Well,
yeah,
that is the
it's
Chad thing to do, man. Responsibility.
yeah.
Ultimately,
So
it's just it's shouldering responsibility.
yeah, and that's also something I need to improve now, like in Fnatic. Like just not complaining, just oh yeah, that's what I was saying too, that I realized that it's like my last chance, you know? So if I don't give it 100%, then I'll be like I'll hate myself for the rest of my life because I cost myself, I can say it publicly, like the times I've spent off teams and stuff like that, I've probably cost myself over 200K easily if you was to work out salaries plus prize money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 22 and I've cost myself 200K. Like I'm not gonna do that again, you know? Like I can't like older me will wanna beat the shit out of younger me for doing that. So I'm just gonna have to keep my head down, just keep grinding, do what I'm told to do, you know, and just do it to the best of my ability and shit like that, and hopefully it all works out. So
Well, my dude,
that's like all I'm doing.
I wish you all the best. I really hope that we just continue to see you crushing. This is really cool. Thank you very much for taking the time.
I know it's bro. I hope I get to see you in an event soon too.
Seriously, right? Who knows what's going on in 2022? But yeah, man,
Last
it's
time I
gonna be
saw you,
great.
you were fucking jacked, just doing crazy shit, man. Like you like stood up on some pole, just like with one
Oh
leg in the air, like some
yeah,
fucking
that's right.
monk.
Outside the Flashpoint studio. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit more jacked now, but yeah,
More jacked?
less of the crazy stuff. More jacked. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Didn't stop working out.
Really?
So like if you just stick with it, dude, it sneaks up on you. You don't even realize your body's changing, and then 2 years later, it's like, oh wait, hold on, I'm way bigger. So
But what do you bench right now?
oh, not that's don't ask me that question.
Deadlift? What's
Right
your strong
now,
suit?
right now it's all taking a hit. I took like 6 months where I kind of like stepped it back because I really cranked up the jujitsu, and so I couldn't really do jujitsu at the same way.
Yeah,
Like I couldn't lift as hard. So
you just wreck yourself, right?
I pushed the weightlifting down. So right now I'm at like 90 times 5 for bench, and like
That's
160 times 5
strong
for
though.
deadlift. So it's like
But how much do you weigh? Like 90 kilos?
105.
Whoa!
So I'm big. That's the thing. Like I should be. If you look at
How tall are you
if you look
though?
at my body weight, you should think, okay, you're lifting way more than that. But I'm also rolling. Like I try and roll at least 5 times a week. So it's like there's that element
But
as
how tall are
well.
you again? Like
Sorry,
190 or what?
187. Yeah, almost 190.
187? Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's just like
I have like pretty similar numbers. Like at my heaviest, I was 118 kilos. I was really fat.
yeah,
And then I got down to like 80. But then when I was like 85, 90, I got my bench to 90, but only for one rep. Like, or it was
sweet
like
dude.
85 or something. But it's like I'm weak. I did that in like 3 months. But my
Hell
deadlift
yeah.
was like similar-ish to yours, but maybe not with good form. So I never really brag about it.
Well, that's like, and when you realize like, oh, bragging about numbers and all that, like I get why. It's just like if I only lifted, then I would be really disappointed with my
Yeah,
numbers.
focus on the numbers, you know.
But
Yeah.
because I don't only lift, because I literally only lift now just to stay in shape and like keep some of the strength for the other focus, which is jiu-jitsu, like then I feel like way less hung up about the numbers, right?
But you like feel healthier nowadays, yeah, right?
Oh, dude,
Like
yeah, I
much
feel like a
over.
tank. It's amazing. It's awesome. So, that's the thing. Like now I feel like an ogre, and that was kind of the goal, is just get there, right? And so now
Because
I'm
you
trying
were
to figure it
skinny
out.
back in the day, right?
Yeah, I was kind of like you, like in the sense where I was skinny. I started skinny, and then I ballooned because you live out of hotels and you're drinking at the bar every night. All of a sudden, you just start putting on pounds. So I ballooned
Mine
up to
was
like almost
takeaways, bro.
120 kilo. I was at like 120, 122 or something like that at my fattest, and
Jesus
then
Christ, we've got similar fucking
yeah,
trajectory,
and then
bro.
lost
Soon
it
I'm gonna have
back
to.
all the way down to 90. Lost it down to 90, and now I've put on another 15, but pretty much just like muscle now. So it's been nice.
Oh, soon I'm gonna have to shave my head and get some tattoos.
You
We'll look like some cool
don't
glasses,
need to
maybe.
rush on that, my dude.
Definitely not.
All
But I'm
right,
gonna
well,
go play
dude.
some Rust since it's my free time now. I
Yeah, go
have
get some rest. Have a
all
great
weeks to do
morning.
nothing.
Awesome. Well,
I won't
spend
do
the time with
anything.
the
I'm
fam and have some nice holidays.
Cause man, I'm going on holiday soon with my girlfriend that I just moved in with. So
Sweet. Congratulations. Good
thank
stuff.
you very much, bro.
Nothing but the
Hopefully, as
best,
I
man.
say, I get to see you in an event soon and keep grinding the stream, man. It's entertaining as fuck.
I
But don't
will.
play so much because you're not that good.
No, that's the thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, you should have him for a pub gather." I'm just like, dude, none of us will enjoy that. We're just gonna get destroyed. It's not even gonna be fun for him.
We
So,
can play some matchmaking though. I can carry you.
all right. I'll send you a DM.
If you plan up some early morning gaming, then we can get the duo stream going because some road to global maybe.
Perfect. Okay, you can hard carry me back up there. Sounds good.
Absolutely, man.
All right, take care, my dude.
Beautiful. I'll speak to you soon, yeah.
Yep.
Take it easy.